What's good, everybody? Back again with another episode of Real Convos, where we keep it real all episodes, all week long. As y'all already know, last couple weeks back, we interviewed Mayor Mitch Colvin, and in that interview, I said the most prolific piece. I said, don't be broke. And then a lot of people was like, well, Trent, a lot of people don't have a choice to be broke. You know, they just born into it, or all these excuses is what I call them, about being broke. So I said, well, who can I bring onto the show that will help alleviate some of those excuses and highlight some ways that people can step out of those shadows? You know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I always say that your pockets have a direct correlation to your stress and mental level. So glad that my sister, my homie from across the river, Sylvia, was able to come in too. So Sylvia, talk to the people. Tell them.
Hey. So I am glad to be here with Trent on Real Convos. You know, I'm the owner of Personameant Solutions. We are a company located in downtown Fayetteville, where we specialize in personal credit, business credit, and also business services. So I have a mentorship program. It's called I Don't Do Broke.
She don't do broke.
So it works perfect.
It worked perfect for this episode. Perfect.
Yes.
And y'all, I'm telling you, this girl, I tell her all the time, she's a millionaire. We in one of her establishments right now. It looks right nice in here. But me and Sylvia met at a women's empowerment conference, which I was producing, and she was one of the main sponsors there, as well as a vendor. I met her mama, her sweet little baby. I said, you know, Sylvia pretty good. I said, you know, Sylvia pretty good to have some money, you know. I said, she gotta be from where I'm from. You know, she must, you can tell people who have money and people who done grew, like, then took by the bootstraps and then developed their own empire. So tell me, like, how did it start? Like, what was you doing prior to having all of this in your empire?
So in about 2011, I decided that I was going to join the military.
Okay.
So I left Fayetteville in 2011, and then I got out of the military in 2014, moved to Georgia. When I was in Georgia, that's when I had my identity stolen. So that's kind of how this whole Personameant Solutions was born. I figured out how to repair credit. I also helped my parents repair their credit, and we were able to get their credit up in 6 months. So that was my proof that I knew what I was doing. Right. So
did they get a house?
They got a house.
See.
So we were able to move out of one area that was like heavily drug infested. You know, experiencing drive-by shootings and just different stuff like that. So to be able to learn something or learn a skill, to be able to pull them out of that and into a place where it's quiet, like everybody know everybody, that was really rewarding. So then I just started helping my family and friends and like my high school classmates fix their credit. And here we are 5 years later.
And you're doing it big. Now, you married, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how long have y'all been married?
So I've been married for 10 years.
So he done been there from the broke until now. Now, how does he deal with it? Like,
my
is he like on board with the empire builder, or is he kind of like he let you do your lane and he do his lane and y'all kind of meet down the road? It's like, how is it?
So for the most part, he lets me do my own thing. It was a struggle at the beginning, especially being that, you know, like it's always the man that's the head of household.
Exactly.
And, so for me to be able to come and be able to make my own money and establish my own independence in that financial realm, it was a struggle.
I know, because I don't know. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm a man, and I know most men deal with trying to being the man. Meaning we've got the bigger check. We got all these things. It's hard. So I know he had it difficult, too. I know he did. Now where you at now?
Now he is... You know,
we're good.
Yeah,
because the checks is like, good. Them checks is clean.
He just kind of like just let me do my own thing, and I really appreciate that. Like as far as his support, like anytime I needed something, like when I first decided I was gonna quit my job and I was gonna come home and I was gonna run this business, he bought me like a $200 or $300 office chair.
He
He
was supportive. $200, I would have got you a fold-up chair and said, make it work.
But now he uses the office chair at home, so he has his own office set up. Made sure that he had his space, but he also works full time for the county. So
okay. And that, I tell people you can do both. You can have a full-time job and run a business. Sometimes, if the business gets too prosperous, it's hard to balance out both, but it's okay to have multiple streams of income. And I always say this, everybody not meant to have their own business.
Right.
If everybody business owners, who's working the businesses?
Nobody. And then you hire people who think they're supposed to be
the
business
boss.
Owners. Yeah, and then you can't get them to do no work. So yeah, it don't work.
But that's another little jewel. How can you want to be a boss if you never can work for a boss? I always tell people everything that you do is part of like your training.
Yeah.
Whether it's working at McDonald's, that's customer service, learning how to deal with people. Whether that's cleaning, being a janitor, that's learning how to be humble and get down there and clean other people's messes. They're all life lessons. Everybody not meant to be at the top, and sometimes you got to go through that journey to get to the top. You can't just skip steps and go straight to CEO, and you ain't got no bank account.
Yeah, no bank account.
No bank account, nothing.
That's why I say, like, I'm one of those people who have had like 20 jobs. So I worked at McDonald's, I worked at KFC, I worked at Taco Bell, like.
Shout out to Rental Center. Yeah. My people's at Rental Center. I remember I was there. I was with y'all when I done had like 20 jobs too. My mom used to say, I don't know how these people keep hiring you. It's the personality. It's the personality thing. Yeah. But I'm telling you, so how important do you think wealth and building wealth is to your mental psyche? Because I know it's important, but how important do you think it is to, we in mental health awareness, and I was gonna go to another part, but I'll wait till later to talk about that. How important is it creating wealth and, not living paycheck to paycheck? How is that important to your health? Your mental health?
I think one of the things is, people always say that money does not buy happiness, but it does give you some kind of level of comfort.
Yep.
But two, if you don't have the happiness within yourself when it comes to mental health, then the money won't even make you happy. I was having a conversation with one of my friends who actually, it was crazy how we met because I moved here in September. She showed up to my house as a cleaner on a third-party app that she was using, and I ended up hiring her like full-time. So now she's like my reoccurring cleaner. So just being able to be a vessel for her to make more money and stuff like that was really good. But again, we were having a conversation and just making sure that, you putting yourself first above all of your accomplishments, including having money. So I think that's one of the things that I wanted to put out there. I
was talking to some guys, they're like top videographers here in Fayetteville, and we were talking about, they have a love for making film, doing storytelling, but now it's becoming more of a job. They're getting the money, but now it's a job. So, they was like, the money's good, Trent, it's great, but I'm losing the love for the craft. And that's why, like you said, money doesn't buy happiness. You have to really decide in your life what makes you happy. And pray to God that your finances line up with your happiness, because that's the real difficult part, is trying to do your passion and make sure that your passion can pay for your bills and do some of these things. So we was talking briefly before we started about, your new level of success or your new walk now that you have, and your past people that you've known in the past. Like, how have people dealt with your success? Because I tell people, money don't change people. Money changes you. I tell people it changes the people around you. Right. It don't really change. It can change some people, but most of the time it changes the people around you, not you. So how do people deal with your newfound success? And
I would say that one of the things or the setbacks is kind of people thinking that you're somebody else, or you think you're better, and it's just like, no, I'm more of an evolved me. What I'm saying? I evolve. I talk different. I walk different. I have things that I don't want to follow me into this new life that I'm living. So I think everybody pretty much respects who I am now. I have some people say, how your little business doing, or how, and that's one of those things where it's like low-key hate, but you don't pay it no attention, because my little business is not a little business, it's a big business. We doing big things.
But I hate that little comment. How your little podcast doing? Same with your little house doing. Just fine.
For real, so
just fine.
I think, and two, like, so my nickname is Bunny, and I have cousins who be like, is it okay for me to call you Bunny? I'm like, what? You was my first cousin, and you talking about, you can call me Bunny. So if anything, I think it's people have a level of respect of who I am and who I'm evolving into.
Right. I think it is. Like I tell people, like, my cousin them call me Big. That's where my name come from. But actually, my granddad used to call me Big Cat. And when I was younger, they called me Big Cat. Then they dropped the cat off, and now it's just Big. But I don't know what they're gonna do when I lose this weight.
Trent, believe it or not, I said the other day I was talking to my mama. I said he over here calling himself Bigg Trent. What he gonna do when she said you still gonna be big though because you
I'm
tall.
tall.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like the skinny neck Trent. You ever seen them people that lose weight and they got the skinny neck, the head still fat? And I was like, Lord, please don't let me be dysfunctional. Don't let me be a BMW. You know what a BMW is? Body made wrong. That's an old one right there.
You gonna be good.
So you got the level of success. You got your beautiful family. You got your, them backing you, and you got all this level of success. Now, what is it that's the next step for you? Do you see yourself, are you good here, or is it like another dream that you have?
I think my biggest dream is to turn every one of my businesses into a franchise. For one, I want to, start here and just employ like my community, and also be a pillar to show people what's possible. So I'm actually having an event on June 25th. It's called the Neighborhood Credit Class. Okay. Right. So the Neighborhood Credit Class is going to be for entrepreneurs that are here in the area. And specifically, I'm a little biased for the East Side because I'm from East Fayetteville.
East Side, baby. East Side, baby.
So I want to have, people who are interested in becoming an entrepreneur come and learn about credit so that way they'll understand that Facebook is lying when they say you don't need good personal credit to build your business credit. So I think that's pretty much, what my goal is.
Now, you talk about events. You just said something about events. Now, you did an event a couple months back, the Future Rich Aunties event. I was a little biased about that one. I told you that I felt some type of way that you just had all them beautiful women in one building with no rich uncles. Like, that irritates me, the fact that you just, didn't want to invite us. Like, we want to be rich uncles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My producer looking at me because my watch kept tapping this doggone thing. He's looking up like, if you don't stop tapping this thing. No. But I'm serious. So tell me about the Future Rich Aunties. Where did that come from? Where did you feel like you needed to do that?
So with the Future Rich Aunties, it started off as just like a themed event. I just wanted everybody to dress up, feel good, because a lot of women that I encounter are moms, they're wives, they have businesses, or they work all the time. So we never really get a chance to put on clothes and look good. So, and that was one of the biggest takeaways that I think was accomplishment for that event is, women were able to dress up, feel good, look good, not feel like they was in competition with anybody. They were able to see me as a six-figure business owner be successful and be humble and talk to them and be real with them. So if anything, I think the Future Rich Aunties brunch was a movement. Like everybody,
it was nice.
Yeah, they really enjoyed themselves. Like the decorations spent the whole lot. I just want everybody to walk in into elegance. Like I wanted everybody to experience that at least once.
Now, are we gonna have the Future Rich Uncles added to that next year?
I might have,
because we like to dress up too. Yeah. And if I get my new body, I better be able to put some new clothes on. I ain't playing with you. I'm sick of being wide body Benz. I'm trying to be a Corvette.
I'll think about it. I gotta get with Jalen.
Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna just bust up in the mother truck. I'm gonna just bust up in there. I said Jerome's in the house.
Okay,
that's what. You better have some security. You better have some security, because I'm gonna bust up in there.
I am. I'm gonna have security because I'm gonna have Jalen. You know who Jalen is, right?
Who?
Jalen is she does like event planning for people of my caliber, so I don't have to worry about that. She worked with Kendra.
Oh yeah. That Jalen.
So if I got Jalen on the team,
see, I know Jalen, so I know I'm gonna get by. I know I'm gonna get by. That's how I know I'm gonna get past that piece of it anyway. So thank you for letting me know who's gonna be at the door.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with her though, because I had a conversation with her. It was really well.
Yeah, so she's good people. I know we worked together briefly on Kendra's event, but she was real sweet. Her team is very sweet as well. But back to you. So you said you got some future friends. You about to be the franchise and all of that. What are some jewels that you think you can give to these future rich aunties and these future entrepreneurs that some missteps that you've had that you can kind of give them so they don't have to walk down that same path of making those same mistakes that you made?
So the tagline or the little slogan that I have for the Future Rich Aunties is you can't be a rich auntie with broke bitch vibes. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people, they want to be business owners, but they got nasty attitudes. Their paperwork not in order. Then they don't have business bank accounts. So the future rich aunties, that was what our main topics were when we discussed it at the brunch. So just making sure that I bring awareness that you want to make sure you have your ducks in a row as a business owner and as a person all together.
I tell people that all the time. That's one thing about Fayetteville. We got a lot of businesses, but the structures don't be, what can I say, fermented. Like people be having 5 different LLCs, and none of them is working proficiently. Yeah. Just like I seen it, like I tell people, it's just like churches. You got all these churches, and all of them in storefronts. But you the church, you the head of 5 churches on the same street across from each other. And none of y'all got no AC. That's just not efficient. Yeah. I don't feel like that's efficient. I tell people, you got to learn how to be efficient, not busy. Like everybody, like I'm booked and I'm busy, and sometimes you just busy. Yeah. You just busy. You ain't really accomplishing nothing just because you have 5 meetings in a day. What was done in those 5 meetings that prepared you to that next level? How much time I got, my brother? Am I doing good on time? Because, normally he be.
So just for you to say that, like, that's one of the things I'm really big on when it comes to my team is just letting them know that, we're not doing work just to say we're doing work. We're doing work to be efficient. Exactly. So if you can't be efficient, then I don't know what to tell you.
So you say you got that neighborhood credit. What's the name of it?
The neighborhood credit class.
Okay. But you got another mentorship that you're doing that's like $657
$697. It's
okay, I try to get y'all a discount. Y'all see that I was close. I was good.
It was about $40.
$40. That's a good discount. Them just a good discount. It's a real combos discount.
Ain't no discount. The price about to go up.
Okay, put in the promo code. Put your promo code in. Don't be broke, and you get $40 off the class. But no. Tell us about that mentorship. What is that about? And why did you come up with it?
So the I Don't Do Broke membership, it actually stemmed from me probably like, I want to say early on, probably like 2017, 2018, I came up with the slogan, I don't do broke. But I didn't have nothing to do with it. I just knew that, it was more so of a mindset thing. I wanted people to understand that being broke is a mindset.
It is.
So then I think I actually opened the membership up in October. So when I opened it up in October, that's when I had I said I want 20 people in this membership by the end of the year, and I ended up with like 50.
Lord.
So it was more so about helping people establish their businesses from the structural part. Having those documents that people don't even think about, like an operating agreement. You open a bank account, they're gonna want an operating agreement. So then understanding that you need to have good personal credit, understanding that you need to start building and establishing a business credit and getting accounts that's necessary, not really like the accounts they had listed on on a piece of paper in the Facebook group. Just get what you need and go on. So just making people understand the importance of that. I also teach how to build your social media through organic marketing and just different things like that. So it's really established for business owners.
And y'all, she got Klarna. So you can break it up in 4 payments. And then put in your promo code, Real Combos, to get your $40 discount. Act now or forever hold your peace.
But I might have to throw the $40 discount.
$40 discount. I'm trying to help all my black broke people out. So you ain't got to be broke no more. Y'all see how I pressure it in? Now, you can't really pressure, y'all. So I don't want to guarantee that. Don't come inboxing me talking about, am I going to pay the $40? Because don't look this way. I got to put mine on Klarna. So anywho. So we talked about your past, we talked about your future, and we talked about the now. I just want to thank you for coming up on the show. I think we did a real good job, A lot of people don't know this, but we had to do this twice. It was really my fault why we got to do it twice. I didn't tell you this, but I messed the sound up. So
he said it was the light. Now,
I didn't want it to come up later on. Look, people, if you're going to lie, just make sure nobody else know you're lying. Yeah, I'm going to teach y'all that.
I said, okay, no problem. Look, I'll be there.
I tell people, listen, if you're going to lie, just make sure nobody knows you lying. But he already knew truth. So I said, let me put this out here on public because people know I be lying sometimes. Sometimes, like good lies. But anyway, so she did better the second time, I believe, than we did the first time. Because I told you was stiff the first time. Yeah. She was in here like, hello. Yes, I'm Sylvia Glanton. I'm Sylvia Glanton.
Whatever.
And I have 5 businesses, and they run concordantly here downtown Fayetteville.
Shut up, Trent.
Anywho, but Sylvia, you are so wonderful. You are, a beautiful soul. I mean, we connected instantaneously at the Women's Empowerment. Like, out of all the vendors, you was like the main one I talked to. Your mama is just a sweetheart. I love your mama. The baby, she looked at me like I was crazy, but that's good. Stranger danger. Tell these people how they can get connected with you and how they can do it, because we're going to put a little lower third.
Because you remember, oh my God, y'all. So my business name is Personameant Solutions. It's Personameant. So it's broken down to help someone become the best person.
It's
or
called
the person they're meant to be.
So it's person
AmentSolutions.com.
I told you. Okay, people, let me get y'all.
I'm shortening it up soon, though. I'm
she about to
rebranding.
rebrand it.
Yeah,
because people out here speaking in tongues trying to get her business. Persona.
Yes,
But spell it out for them. So they,
oh my God. So you
no,
can-
we're going to put it down in the lower thirds.
Okay.
Can we make sure for the people who are spelling inclined that just don't know how to spell it, we're going to have all your social media down there. Before we get up out of here, I want to just send my prayers out to those children that were killed the last couple of days. We are living in a tragic time where you can't even go to school without tragedy happening.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry for those people. That was just heartbreaking, as well as the people who were killed at the supermarket a couple weeks back. I want to give my prayers and condolences to them. I hate to take this twist, but I would be remiss if I did not take the time to send my prayers out to those individuals and those families. And I'm actually going to add some links to my Facebook, so how you can help those families with their funeral arrangements, because a lot of people don't have life insurance for their children because they don't think about it that early. So, I can understand you can't even properly grieve because you got to worry about all of those pieces, which is another piece about wealth. Make sure y'all got life insurance. I know it's a difficult subject, but make sure that you got life insurance on yourself. If you have parents, make sure that their stuff is covered, and y'all have those difficult conversations about what happens after somebody passes on. So, and I did promise Bloom and Grow. Am I saying it right? Or Bloom and Growth. Special shout out to them. I love y'all articles out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Janae, you doing a great job. I really love the piece that you did on my boy and my producer Colin. And I'm hoping that you get Sylvia on it next. I'm going to send her your information because Sylvia's a good one. But she ain't really a creator, but she creating money. That's a great way to be. Everybody needs to create money. So, y'all, we love y'all. We'll see y'all. Y'all know this Bigg Trent. Make sure y'all like, tag, share, comment. And I'm out here. Bye. Peace. Love y'all.